How you doing today? Yeah, that's right. We are about to get started up in here. This is chapter number 4, auto suggestion. So let's get into it. Just chilling out. Let's do a little bit of Sade. Lovers Rock. Old school. All right. But anyway, uh, before I get all into that music and all hyped about it, let me continually get into this book. That's right. I am excited about this book right here. That's right. And I'm breaking it down to you today. We are talking about chapter 4, autosuggestion. That's right. So, what is autosuggestion, man? Autosuggestion, it is the medium for influencing your subconscious thoughts. And it is the third. See, my fingers all messed up. It is the third. It is the third step toward riches. So listen, gang, this chapter is not long, so I'm jumping right into the whiteboard because I got tons of material to give you that's just juicy, juicy material from this chapter, right? So, as I said before, order suggested is the third step toward riches. And it is going to change your life, guys. It is going to change your life because we are influenced by our thoughts. Whether we choose the thoughts that influence us or whether we allow other thoughts to influence our lives, it is what we are, right? Thoughts are things, and our thoughts generate our physical reality, what we become, who we become, what we do, what we have, who we're with. Our thoughts dominate that. Slowly but surely, it happens to all of us. Okay, so let's get into it, right? Now, autosuggestion is a term, right, which applies to all suggestions and self administered stimuli which reaches one's mind through the five senses. You guys know what the five senses are, right? Sight, taste, hearing, feeling, smelling, the five senses, right? You take them all in. And autosuggestion reaches the subconscious mind through the use of those stimuli, right? So here we go. Now, to keep it simple, autosuggestion is basically just self suggestion, right? Suggesting how you want your life to turn out, suggesting the job that you want, suggesting the amount of money that you want in your bank account, right? Here's the problem with that, right? When we talk about autosuggestion. And first, before we even get into that, you need to understand this, right? Through the dominating thoughts of our mind, and Napoleon Hill says this, right, by the way, through the dominating thoughts which um, permits, which one permits to remain in the conscious mind. Now, he said these thoughts could be negative or positive, it doesn't matter. The principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. So, as I said before, your thoughts could be positive or they could be negative. They could be thoughts that you chose or they could be thoughts that somebody else put in your head. Either way, they are going to reach your subconscious mind. And once those thoughts reach your subconscious mind, it is game over, guys. You're going to see change in your life. Your life is going to change. It's either going to change for the worst or it's going to change for the better. And it's up to you guys to take charge of that, to take the reins, right? Because nature has built man, right, to have absolute control over the material which reaches his subconscious mind. We're in control of that. Nature was kind to us when it gave us that. See, animals don't have that. Human beings are the only creature that have that. Will we have absolute control over whatever reaches our subconscious mind? Because we can think in consciousness outside of ourselves. I talked about that in a previous book review that I was talking about, guys, just recently. But anyway, this happens through our five senses, right? But here's the deal. Unfortunately, and I hate when I say unfortunately, because the obvious is not obvious to everybody. So, unfortunately, right, the great majority of people, of instances of men, they don't exercise this control, which is why, right, when I told you that you could uh, subconsciously make suggestions to your mind to determine the amount of money you want in your bank account, I'm sure that people aren't suggesting to their subconscious mind that they should have negative balances in their bank account, but they do have $100 savings and they've been out of work for 6 weeks due to this pandemic and they're in dire straits. You know, they might have to move back in with mom. Things are getting bad, but they don't want to move back in with mom because mom is old and they may have been exposed to the COVID-19. So they don't want to put mom's life in danger. So they are currently living in destitute. That is all that happens when you allow outside thoughts to continually be put in your head because they will reach your subconscious mind and they will create a negative reality because most people are currently living a negative life because they aren't in control of this. They did not pick up a book and read. They did not watch a video, which is even easier than picking up a book and read. You guys watch these videos. I'm going to go through the whole book. The whole book. When you are done with this video, you are going to know that book inside out. Watch these videos over and over again. You'll be able to apply the principles. I'm going to give you guys notes. You can screenshot it. You can do whatever you want. All this right here is free. It's me giving value because of what the book did for me. So I am now going to give that information to you guys. All right. So as we go into people not using this principle, most people live in poverty. It's just what it is. Most people are living um, just trying to survive, just trying to get, and I've talked about it before, the Maslow hierarchy of needs, just the basic needs in life. That's what most people are living. And they live their entire life like that. They never rise to up the triangle to affluence, okay, and to being the best that they can be of themselves. They don't do it. I don't know why they don't do it, but hey, listen, times are rough for some people, you know, but it's rough because of the suggestions that they continually put in their own mind. Now, if you guys saw my previous video on desire, right? You would have already went through the 6 steps in the chapter on desire. You would have already went through the 6 steps, right? But let's do this, right? The instructions were to read out loud, right? And this is the chapter on desire. The instructions were to read out loud twice daily the written statement of your desire for money, how much money you desire, and to see and feel yourself already in possession of the money. That was the instructions, right? Now, I'm going to pull that up for you guys, right? Because I made sure that if you guys did not write that down from our previous video, I got it for you right here. Let's see if I can line this up the way I want. Okay, here we go. We'll bring that up and hopefully right there. It'll line up nice. All right, here we go. All right, so the chapter on desire was fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire, right? Be definite as to the amount. The next thing was to determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Remember, you can't get something for nothing. You have to give something. The third was to establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire, right? Just don't arbitrarily one day or hope. That never happens. It never works out for you, guys. When you just don't give a date, it never works out for you. You may not always hit your deadlines, but you will more often hit your deadlines because you give yourself a deadline as opposed to not giving yourself one at all. So remember that. Give yourself a definite date. The next thing was to create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, right? And it doesn't, whether you ready or not to put this plan into action, just put it into action. See, one thing that happens is action creates. Inaction does not create, action creates. So once you guys put this plan into action, you may have to make some adjustments along the way, and you may have to meet some people and learn and grow and expose yourself to different elements. But that pressure of acting will keep the entire process of creating your desire into its physical equivalent. It will help you to manifest it because you are acting on that plan. The next thing is to write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. All right. We will get into how you write that out. Okay. The last thing was read your statement aloud twice daily. Okay. And as you read it, see, feel, and believe yourself in possession of the money that you intend to accumulate. All right, you have to do that. This step on desire is so powerful, guys. All right, and matter of fact, I am going to leave that up here instead, and you guys go ahead, you screenshot it, do whatever you need to do, and but you need to have these steps down. If you guys didn't check out my last video, but if you haven't, just check out my last video, guys. Check out my last video on desire. It was powerful. It was impactful. I went for about 59 minutes of intense, right? Desire. All right, so check that out. But anyway, now understand this, guys, because I know you guys are winners. So I know you already done this, right? I know you are already repeating it twice a day because you guys are winners. But when you do this, you communicate the object of your desire directly to your subconscious mind in the spirit of absolute faith. My previous video was on faith, guys. I'm teaching you guys how to have desire. I'm teaching you guys how to have faith. And I'm teaching you guys the principle of autosuggestion so that you can use this to have the life that you want. Let's continue on, man. Now, through the repetition of this procedure of autosuggestion, you voluntarily create thought habits, right? Remember, your daily rituals become your habits become your life. There are no big things in life, only small habits that create the life that you want. Understand that. My mentor taught me that today and several days. He's always teaching me tons of stuff, which are favorable to your efforts to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent. This is what you want to do. You want to make your desires into the money that you require. You want. You don't want to just continually dream. Oh, I wish, I wish, I wish. Wishing ain't gonna get you anywhere, guys. We need action. You need to act, right? And if you act, you will have the life that you want. Period. You will. All right. And you have to never, ever, ever quit. Don't give up. I don't believe in quitting, guys. And this is so important that Napoleon Hill told you, right, to go back to the 6 steps. He told you, go back to the 6 steps, read them. He said it right in this chapter on autosuggestion, which is a small chapter. I think it's like only 4 or 5 pages. This chapter on autosuggestion. I read it every single night. The chapter on autosuggestion. Every single night I read it because that is what Napoleon Hill told me to do until I've almost memorized the chapter on autosuggestion, right? So I suggested you guys read the chapter on autosuggestion every single night. But also, before we go forward, read once again these principles right here on desire that I'm talking about. Read them. Read them. They're in sequential order. Fix it in your mind. Determine, establish, create, write, and read. You have to go through these steps, guys, in order to have the life that you want. You got to do what other people have already done before you who have a good life. That is what it is, guys. That is what it is. Okay? All right. Now, when we come to the 4 instructions that are also given, this is later on in the book, and I'm going to do a video as well on the chapter of organized planning. So you guys can check that out as well as when I do the chapter on organized planning. Um, in a couple of days, I'll be doing a chapter on organized planning. I do a chapter a day on this book. So um, in 14 days, I will have given you the entire book in its entirety, each chapter broken down. Okay, so you guys can go to the chapter on organized planning. It is 4 instructions on organized planning for you to create a mastermind group. I'm not going to tell you guys how important this is, right? I have more than one mastermind group, right? I have a mastermind group that meets every Monday, and my mentor goes over all these principles, and I interact with other members of the group, and we just throw around concepts and thoughts to allow us to think of different things that we want in our lives and how we can achieve it. Okay, and my mentor gives input and he allows us to talk back and forth, which is awesome. Okay, I am also part of a virtual mastermind group, right? Of people who I've continually, year after year, I read their autobiographies, and I have a thought session, a meditation session, usually at night before I go to bed. And I talk to these people on how I should proceed with my life, my business, my relationship, marriage, teaching, everything. I consult with them. And this is powerful, guys. Mastermind group will change your life. You definitely need a mastermind group, guys. So let's continue on here. You'll get to that when we talk about organized planning as well. All right. So now remember, when you are reading your statements aloud, you are endeavoring to develop money consciousness. As a matter of fact, this is so important. I think I'm going to type this out for you guys to read it here. You are endeavoring a money consciousness. Now I'm gonna tell you guys something about money consciousness. Most people don't have it. Most people don't have a money consciousness because they have so many limiting beliefs that have stopped them from believing that they should have money or they can have money. So that is why you need autosuggestion, guys. We need to reprogram our minds that have been programmed over the years, okay, by other people who did not want us to have the life that we needed to have, all right? They didn't want us to have it. So they programmed us, okay, to self sabotage ourselves over and over and over again, but just being lazy and believing that we couldn't have the life that we want. And this simple principle of autosuggestion can change that, reprogram your life, and get you to have the life that you want, right? This means when I say autosuggestion, you can't just write out a statement and just read the words. You have to be into it. You have to be, you got to be excited about it. Man, when I bark, it means something. I feel it in my chest, guys. I feel it in my brain. My energy level comes up and I project that to you. When I'm reading my statement, I'm just as excited about my statement because I know that I'm going to have the money that I said that I'm going to have in my statement. I'm excited about it. How could you not be excited about having $100,000 coming into your bank account this month and every month? How could you not be excited about that? The only way you can not be excited about it is if you don't believe it. And if you don't believe it, that means you are not putting in steps to make that possible. You have not put out a plan and you are not acting on that plan and making adjustments on that plan, and you're not consulting with people who are already making $100,000 a month. That is why you don't believe it. Okay. You can't have that. You need to change your life, guys. You need to up your level, increase your circle of influence through masterminds. We're going to talk about that in organized planning. Okay. And grow into the person that you need to be. The person that you need to be needs to be making 6 figures a month, minimum 6 figures a month, guys. All right. That is what you need. Okay. So when you do it, you need to speak these words with emotion as if your life depends on it. Now, I say this, right? And people say, well, how can you speak about money and accumulating wealth as if your life depends on it? Because it does, right? Your life is greater than the sum of its parts, right? Your life is generations and legacies and your children and your wife and your parents and people that you can help, right? You can only help people if you, okay, rise to a position where you can help people. Period. It is what it is, guys. You can only, if you are weak, you can't help somebody who's also weak. All you're going to do is pull each other down. You have to become strong mentally, okay? And financially if you can, right? You got to do both, guys. Okay? This is the life that we are making for ourselves. And this is how I'm breaking down this book, Think and Grow Rich. It is a life changer. Think and Grow Rich is a life changer. But you guys got to read it. Okay? You guys got to read it. Okay? Your subconscious mind recognizes and acts only upon thoughts which have been well mixed with the emotion and feeling. I think that needs to be written down too. How about that? You guys need to know what your subconscious mind does, and you need to use it to your advantage. So your subconscious mind, right? It recognizes Recognize and act only upon well mixed with emotion. Well mixed with emotion or feeling. Guys, if you can't get excited about having the life that you want, then I spoke about this before. You need to really, really, really do some deep thinking, sitting in a room, right? And starting to figure out what excites you, what you enjoy in life, right? What gets you super, super white heat desired, excited. If you don't know that, you need to do a lot of self evaluation. You need to do a lot of reading. You need to do a lot of exploring. You need to do a lot of sitting down and thinking and getting your own perspective, your own thoughts, because you obviously have tons of other people's thoughts running through your mind right now. You need some quiet time, right? So that you can truly, truly mix emotion with your desires. Now, obviously, plain unemotional words, they don't influence the subconscious mind. They just don't do it. We talked about that. Now, obviously, guys, don't become discouraged. When I say this, and I'm telling you guys, and I'm hard on you, I don't want you to be discouraged about it, because if you can't control your emotions immediately, right, the first time out, it takes reps and sets over and over and over again. You got to go in and out of state, right? So when you are reading your goals, it's whoo, I'm excited, right? See that? See how quick I jumped into that? I seem crazy, but you gotta seem crazy, right? Because it is not normal. What did I tell you? The majority of people will not mix emotions. They will not take charge of their subconscious mind. They will allow other people to control it. Why? Because they don't want to be embarrassed, because they're acting out. That's what people say. You acting out. Act out, guys. Act out. If you have to go into a closet and do it, then do it. If you have to go into another room and do it, do it. If you have to go out in the middle of the woods, do it. Do whatever it takes. Read it twice a day. Get excited about it. Scream, hoop, holler. Break through into that subconscious mind so you can have the life that you want. Okay? The next thing is, right? Um, like it or not, guys, right? I want to get you guys this before I go. You remember how in the Avengers, how the Hulk, right? How Banner showed up and they told him to go ahead and get angry. And he told the guys before he punched that alien ship, he was like, hey, listen, I'm always angry, right? And he just turned it to the Hulk and boom, and just it was an incredible moment. Anyway, I love the Avengers, by the way, and superheroes. But when I'm telling you guys this, what I'm trying to tell you guys is he had control over his state, control. He had control over his emotions. That when he needed to get excited and build up that desire to turn into the Hulk, he just did it. Right? You guys need to develop that type of control through reps and sets over and over and over again, man. When I first started, my level of concentration was horrible, horrible level of concentration. I had so many other people's thoughts in my head, so many other people's words in my head, so many ideas, so many flashing lights of fly by, and I get distracted. Whatever it was, I could not concentrate. You're going to need high levels of concentration in order to pull off the principle of autosuggestion. High levels of concentration. You're going to need that. But guess what? As I continued, I did not quit, I did not give up. Reps and sets every single day. I worked on my concentration. Sat down 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day and just concentrated. Pen and paper, sitting by myself in a room, no distractions. Concentrated. Every day working on it. And now I can sit down for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it takes, guys, and get work done, get things done, get my goals done, my desires, write books, whatever I need to do. I can now concentrate because it is a muscle that you need to constantly work in order to get the life that you want. Okay. You got to work that muscle, guys. Understand that. Okay. Now, the subconscious mind takes orders given in the spirit of absolute faith. We talked about it, the chapter on faith, guys. I'm not going to get into it anymore. You guys know what it takes to have faith. If you don't, go back, check out my video on faith, on the chapter on faith, and you guys can build up your faith muscle as well. You need to get that really, really strong because obstacles will come your way and you're going to need faith, guys. Understand that. And it acts upon the orders, although the orders often have to be presented over and over again through repetition. Remember what I told you, reps and sets. You have to repeat those orders that you want your subconscious mind to hear over and over and over and over again, guys. Okay. Also, okay, don't wait for a definite plan. See, you may not have all the resources to start your business. You may not have all the resources to write your book. You may not have all the resources, okay, to be the best salesman in your company, right? But you start anyway with where you're at and start working. And as you're working, if you're serious and your desire is strong, infinite intelligence will give you the plan, the idea, and whatever it takes. And when you get that plan, you need to act on it immediately, right? Do not disrespect the process, right? You need to act on it immediately. So here's the deal, guys. When you're visualizing the money you intend to accumulate, you need to close your eyes, right? Close your eyes and visualize the money you intend to accumulate, and you have to see yourself rendering the service or delivering the merchandise you intend to give in return for the money. Is that important? I think that's very important. Let's write that down, guys. Let's write that down. That is so important. I think you guys, we need to write that down. All right. So you close your eyes, you render and deliver the service, right? Or merchandise, guys, that you intend to give in return for the money. All right. I think that is important, guys. So that is why I decided to go ahead and type that out for you guys here because visualizing is important and you have to practice your visualization. It didn't come to me immediately when I had to visualize things. So I want to make it a point to tell you guys that you continually have to work on your emotions, your visualization, and your concentration in order to dominate this concept of auto suggestion to have the life that you want, right? Now, what's going to happen with you guys, right? Is you're already going to be in progress, you're already going to be starting, and the plans is going to flash into your mind, almost like maybe an inspiration through your sixth sense. You're gonna be like, oh my God, that is what I need to do. And when that happens, you need to treat it with respect. You need to treat it with respect and you need to act immediately on those plans. Just write them out and start working on them. Okay? Start moving in the process. So, in wrapping this chapter up of auto suggestion, it is very, very important, right, that I tell you guys how Napoleon Hill goes about stimulating his subconscious mind. Okay, he said, along with the six steps that I gave you on desire, right? You need to blend those six steps with the principles of autosuggestion and these following instructions. So I'm gonna write out some instructions for you guys on the principle of autosuggestion. All right. The first instruction is you need to go into a quiet spot. It'd be easier if I write them out for you guys, right? So let's do that. Let's write them out. And I'll put them in a list. How about that? You guys love lists, right? Let me edit this and name it. And I'm going to name it Stimulate Subconscious Mind. Okay. So the first thing you need to do to stimulate the subconscious mind is what? You need to go into a quiet spot where you will not be disturbed. So, so go into a quiet spot where you will not be disturbed, right? Preferably in your bed at night, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and repeat out loud. Okay. The written statement of the amount of money you intend to accumulate. Your written statement of the amount of money you intend to accumulate. The time limit. Okay. Forced accumulation. And the description of services or merchandise you tend to give in return for it. All right. So that is the first step. The second one is, and it's simple, guys. Simple, but not easy because if it was easy, everybody would do it. You repeat this program night and morning till you can see the money you intend to accumulate in your imagination. Third is place the written copy of your statement where you can see it. And read it just before retiring at night and upon rising in the morning until it's memorized. So where you can see it, right? And you're going to be reading it night and day. Until it is memorized. Now, when you are reading this statement, right, and you're trying to carry out the principle of auto suggestion, guys, I am telling you that it needs to be done with passion. It needs to be done with intensity. It needs to be done in the spirit of excitement. I don't know what truly excites you guys, but I'm gonna tell you what. What excites me is undo that real quick. What excites me, right, is being able to give my family the life that they deserve, right? To change lives of people and make their lives better. To teach people that they don't have to settle for the life that they were born into, right? The life that you're born into, it doesn't mean anything. It is just the life that you were born into, guys. See if I can get these circles right. There we go. It is the life they were born into. So, in saying that, guys, I want to make sure that you guys understand this concept fully of auto suggestion. And to wrap it up, I'm gonna wrap it up with my three circles, as I love to give you guys my circles. I don't know what that is right there. That's my previous. There we go. Okay, we're not gonna do that here. So I'm gonna hopefully do 2 more circles and move them around the way they need to be moved. These are 3 of the ugliest circles I've ever wrote, guys. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, anyway, in these 3 circles, I want to tell you guys 3 important things that I found in this chapter on auto suggestion. Okay, the first thing I want you guys to understand is repetition is the key. Right? In order to get good at something, you have to repeat it over and over and over again. And the problem with most people is they don't repeat it. They quit too soon, too early, and they don't get good at it. They don't get good at it because they stop too early. Listen, I'm horrible at making circles, right? But guess what? I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit making circles, guys. Come on, let's do it. The second thing is quiet time. And the reason why I say quiet time is because you got too much going on. You got too many people in your head. You got too many people giving you suggestions. Okay. You got a huge negative circle of influence of people who continually tell you that you can't do it. You need quiet time away from them and in your own thoughts. Quiet time in your own thoughts will allow you to hear yourself and what you truly want. Okay. The last thing I want to tell you guys is get fucking excited. Yeah, get excited. Life is incredible, right? And if you don't wake up every day excited because you woke up, man, you got a problem. Come on, guys. You need to get excited. Excitement, enthusiasm is the driving force to get you off your ass and doing stuff, man. When you get excited, you get stuff done, right? A lot of times, if you get excited when you're going to learn something, uh, the mentors, what they do, they tell you to stand up. Tell you to stand up, clap your hands, they get you excited. They prep you, they get you into a mood. And once those endorphins kick in your brain and the blood is flowing, now you can learn it and you can gain knowledge and you can grow. All right, guys. So listen, this is my chapter on auto suggestion. Hopefully, you guys got the most out of this chapter. Remember, these chapters work in conjunction with each other. These 13 principles are going to change your life, but you have to write down what you want. You got to believe in yourself and just go through these principles, guys. My next one tomorrow, principle, is going to be on specialized planning, I think it is. Woo! Specialized knowledge. Okay, specialized knowledge. That is the chapter for tomorrow. So stay tuned, check me out, and I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. Bye bye.